that it's lying to me. My lights are all green. Looks like I got signal. There we go. Looks like I'm back in the room. Hey, Green Ball. I hope it's a little better now. Let's wait for KBBL. All right. It's good to know. I don't know what happened there. All my lights are green. Everything's on the up and up. Well, it looks like it's on the up and up. Obviously, it wasn't. I believe you guys. So you had a birthday. How old were you? How old did you turn? Rock on. Almost legal for most things, I guess. Isn't that how it works? I'm sure you're well ahead of your peers, though. Cause hey, well, I gotta bring it out. Benito. I'll work on that. I'll improve that. That'll get better. That'll get better with time. We're still working here. Trying to become a construction worker or an engineer. I think building is fun. I like people who build stuff, and that's a tough gig to get into. But if you can get into it, it can be very rewarding. Not that you need my approval, but I do. So you get on with your bad self. You build some stuff. I need that kind of mind around me because at some point I'm a builder, but I have very little actual engineering. I want to say I don't want to say ability because that makes me sound like a complete useless tool, but I don't have the math skills to do like structures and counterbalances and stuff like that. I always end up doing it just by eye or by feel because that's kind of how I'm wired. But I know that's not how you engineer a good standing house or a lean-to or easy up or any of that stuff. So we need people like you. KBBL rebooted. We had to reboot Benito because for some reason my signal was cutting out, despite the fact I'm sitting right next to the transmitter. It must be. They're trying to stop my spread of joy throughout the world. Because they know I'm just making it too good a time for everybody. Everyone's a little too happy in here. They must have that stopped. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like even with music, there's so much more stuff about music that I don't know than I do know. But it's not going to stop me from singing, if that makes any sense. And I think I irritate people because I sing all the time in the most inappropriate, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, your colon is busted. Probably not at the right time. Or, could you cut my cheese a little faster? They don't like that. So I don't. The point being is there's lots of stuff I don't know, but I still want to do, and like one of them's like building and structures, and I tried doing like a wire suspension table once, and that went horribly wrong. But I gave it the old college try, whatever that's supposed to mean. which means I tried, I failed, and then I slept with one of my cohabitants. Uh, I rap, freestyle, and barely make sense. I can see stuff off the top of my head. Well, if you enjoy that, you rap away. You be the next little who's a rapper. Isn't Eminem the rapper? Be an Eminem. Be a whoever you want to be. Be yourself. Be yourself. But yeah, it's like life is like a musical to me because there are so many harrowing parts of the tale where I can just grab that guitar and go, ooh, things are getting tense. You know what I mean? I don't know anything. I'm just being silly. True wisdom is knowing that I know nothing. I think I'm halfway there. So yeah, I was gonna do I was actually gonna do a poll. If Kim were ever to stop by again, I'm just gonna put it at the top of the chat, going, should I let Kim stay at my house and let you guys, the audience, vote? You know, okay, we'll go by the audience. How about that, Kim? You have her sit on camera, and then she could try to plead her case to you guys like you're the jury. That is, if she doesn't fall asleep right in front of the camera. Because we all know how much fun that is. There's nothing more exciting than someone coming over and going, hey, can you share what you got with me? And then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be a lump on a log. Because that's fun. Trial by jury, I plead the fifth. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, KVL. Thanks for commenting and on the video and being a productive member of the G Force. I appreciate it. And it's just so bizarre. It's like, oh, why do you want to be? Because you're my friend. No, I'm your friend. You're not my friend. That has been gone into. That's been said a couple times over the last couple of days, where you try to give a particular person the benefit of the doubt, and they keep screwing it up every single time, despite the fact you help them do it. Into the unknown. Back into the unknown, KBBL. Come back with reports. And it's just like, don't touch that hot stove. I didn't hear you. I was confused. Are you kidding me? Don't touch the stove. Don't hit yourself in the head with a hammer. My favorite song to play? Lately it's been Don't Worry, Be Happy. Because, I'm trying to pick things up in general. I like Courteous, Kind, and Forgiving. I used to sing Dennis Leary's version of the Asshole song routinely. If I want to shock people, it's Corpse Fucker or the Pig song. If I want to offend women, it's the Pig song. So, those are my answers. I think they're all valid. Probably more than you were expecting. Because I figure showstopper is do something that'll repulse the audience. That's Corpse. The showstopper for feminists is the Pig song. And then the Everyone Get Along is Don't Worry, Be Happy and Courteous, Kind, and Forgiving. So I go with the entire gambit of human emotion. Because it's funny, not because we want to go out and dig up bodies. It's just a gruesome song. And some people don't understand that. It's a song. No bodies were dug up. It's an idea that is gruesome, like a horror movie, like Squid Game in its own way. Although Squid Game, I started not reading up on it. I started doing a little research behind it because I'm like, well, maybe I'll watch it. And I pretty much got the entire plot of the first season down, and I'm like, wow, pretty intricate. So I could see why it did well because there was a lot of subterfuge, there was story. See, and that's the thing. If it's unhinged, I mean, Adam Sandler had a bunch of them. Who's the other dude? Galifianakis. He did some. Steve Martin did a bunch. I mean, there are a lot of big comedians who've done it. Who's Tenacious D? I forget. Jack Black. He did a bunch of them that were really out there. And I liked most of those, despite the fact I wasn't fond of him. Oh, yeah, that was in the terms of service. That was subsection C, entitled "Don't Actually Dig Up the Bodies." Yeah, but I don't like seeing people. I don't like to see. It's emotional too. You can tell it's emotional, and I don't like being sad if I can help it. So like, because I know I'll probably like get invested in the characters, and then I'll be like, oh, this one's dead, and then I realize they fucked with me, and then I'm like, oh, now I feel stupid, and I'll feel for the next. It's like depends on how do I want to feel emotionally. Do I want to be happy? Or do I want to feel for all these characters? Speaking of which, I think there's a Rick and Morty. New Rick and Morty. They aren't as good since Josh left, but it's still easily consumable for me. That's kind of like that edgy sort of humor. But hey, you know what? You guys want to hear it one more time? Because I'm feeling I could regale this one pretty quick. It's funny. I mean, I thought it's funny, and it still got some entertainment value to me. I thought it was edgy at first, and then when all the woke stuff came in, they started gearing all that back in. Well, see how it runs. But one you'll never hear anywhere. Creeping through a graveyard on a dark and cloudy night. Thank God I brought a shovel. Gonna get some tonight. This plot looks fresh and planted. The flowers ain't dead. I'm digging up a lover to bring back to my bed. With each piece of dirt that I lift from the hole, I get more excited about a body that's cold. And I hope there are some maggots chewing holes through her skin to add a little life when I stick it on in. Gonna screw me a corpse, gonna fuck a cadaver. Can't spell necrophilia, but it don't really matter. I never get caught and they never complain. I'm going back to the graveyard to do it again. I'll backdoor my lover back home in my house. There'll be remnants of a bowel when I pull it back out. Oh, her thing is kinda runny, no need for alarm. Oh, her moldy gray legs just fell off in my arms. Gonna screw me a corpse, gonna fuck a cadaver. Can't spell necrophilia, but it don't really matter. I never get caught and they never complain. I'm going back to the graveyard to do it again. been a fire. Whoopee! Imagine that. You know, I like them well done. When the skin is all black, I'll be counting the moments till the funeral day, so I can dig them back up and cart them away. Sing along if you know the words, children. Gonna screw me a corpse, gonna fuck a cadaver. Can't spell necrophilia, but it don't really matter. I never get caught and they never complain. Quit your whining, Princess Diana, you've been dead for 40 years. I'm going back to the graveyard to do it again. Going back to the graveyard to screw it again. And there, for you two, alone, and whoever the ghost is, there is the corpse fucker. Rarely played, but performed, I think, pretty sharply, I think I was on that. I think I give myself a 99 percentile completion of that song. Someday I'll perform that live, and people in the audience will sing it along with me. You want to talk about a showstopper though, because you really can't do a song after that because it's just so over the top. You got to take either a music break at that point, or that's it. That's the close of the show. That's just how it gears up. And it still makes me chuckle. Like, now I've done it so much where it's part of my, like, that's one of my, like, 8 songs I got down pat. And then everything else is all rusty as a rotten trombone. No, rusty trombone is, never mind about the trombone. Still. Yes, it is. It's part of my set. It's part of my set list. I have like I want to say like a half an hour set list, which is comprised of mostly songs and a few jokes, and I can adapt back and forth depending on if I'm on stage or if I'm here with you guys. And in Greenball, please go back through and look at like my long form videos. Some of it's actually really cool and interesting. And you'll get to see me like on stage as well, or in front of people who are actually doing stuff. This right here is neat in its own, but it's kind of interesting to see me and Sparky and everyone else actually on stage doing their stuff. Ugh. And some of it's really bizarre out there stuff too. You know, like Totem is that's with Sparky. I directed that, and he was one of the actors in it. And my ex-wife was in it, and she was a smoke show. And that was like a short. I want to say like a 14-minute horror / fantasy short called Totem, and that's when Sparky was younger. The photo stream was awesome too. See some of the cool work Kevin has done. I think I'm gonna have to do another one like that. I'm trying to think of how I could, because that was pretty much me and you. I was strolling down memory lane, and you were kind of along for the ride, instigating me. Yeah, let's see some of that. All right, rock on. Let me show you this. Let me show you that. Yeah, but some of it is pretty fascinating. So I would encourage that. I mean, especially if you're like bored in the waiting room one day, or you know what I mean? There's always that period of time when you're like, okay, I have to hurry up and wait here. What a great place for a phone that is, isn't it? Let me tell you, that eases the human condition a little bit, where you're just like, at least I got something to do. All right. But at the same time, it's also isolating all of us from society and the real world. It's a double-edged blade. Well, I hope so. I thank you very much. And as it is, we have come upon another 20-minute segment. Have a good day, Green Ball. Thank you for hanging out, listening to the song. So, any ideas, any directional ideas for me, Benito, as I contemplate bowing myself out? I mean, you have a what's the word? You have a more objective viewpoint of like the content that I've been creating and where you see the direction is going. So, I'm asking for your observation. Observation. Sounds like someone's doing something outside. Wait for the satellite. And I think I asked you this before. What is it? All right, you ponder that. But like what part of the niche is your favorite? What is, like what stuff do you gravitate towards personally on my channel? Because I know it's very broad and it's all over the place. Some people have said the channel's all over the place. I'm like, well, I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what to tell you. And they're saying I'm supposed to niche, but I got to know what people are interested in that I've been doing. And I know it can't possibly just be vagina, although that's the way it appears. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be a piece I've done that doesn't involve some sort of genitalia. It's so bizarre. The universe is so weird. But I would gladly do another one if I thought it was going to get another 140,000, 160,000, whatever, however 100,000 it made. That was unreal. It is kind of all over. See, that's good to know. I'm trying to lean back into that because I like Steve, but I'm a talker, and I sing, and I like to sing, but I think this is more it's got a little bit more communication, a little bit more definite. And ultimately, I feel like it has more weight in the grand scheme of things. But intermixed with music, I mean, it's a show. So I'm going to see if I can try to introduce some comedians at the end of the night for for the next singularity show we do. Let's see if I can how Steve feels about that. Have a few conversations with him over the course of time as that starts to manifest. Because I was all set for that, but because of one cable, I wasn't able to make myself into the system. Learn from your mistakes, right? Try to learn from my mistakes. Hell. Well, all right. I appreciate that feedback. That always helps me, and it'll give me some idea. It'll give me something to ponder as I'm gonna go on my next break. I got a couple things I gotta do in my kitchen, but I will. No Sparky tonight. The one cable that I needed, I lent to the second floor neighbor, and of course he didn't bring it back. It'll all be remedied by the next show. It'll all be in order. I'm on this stuff. I got this stuff covered for the most part. Yeah, they're calling for me. Sparky is off at his daughter's house for a couple of days. So I'm going to be probably streaming again at 9. That'll be the late night stream. I'm going to do 9 today, and I'm going to see if I can get on board with Maddie for tomorrow. See if I can stream with him do some WoW for a little bit. But until then, I'm going to go see what the dogs are on about, take care of my things, and I'll see you later. Pedito, thank you so much. See you soon.